Hey guys, hopefully you had a good weekend. Sorry I did not get this out on Friday, or if I did, it was really late on Friday. I am recording this for the second time because the first time I recorded this all the way through, I went to upload and there was no sound. So here we go. I'll try to make sure I get everything in here. First thing I want to talk about was making sure you're submitting as PDFs. If you go to modules, I know I talked about this in my last video. I also talked about it, or it's written in the instructions. If you look at disclosure acknowledgement, it says print a PDF of your completion page. That will be your submission. However, I did not actually limit what you could submit on the disclosure acknowledgement, so I allowed other files. But if we go back to modules and we go up to personal introductions, this one is limited. So that means it has to be a PDF. If it is not a PDF, it will not allow you to upload. And it says right here, save the file as a PDF. Again, I talked about it in the last video, so hopefully you just missed that part, and I'm sure you'll um, understand all the future directions better. But basically, anything that we do on Canvas, almost always require you to upload a PDF. The only exception is when we're doing videos. The reason I do that is especially when we're working with pictures. Like for example, you should have pictures on your personal introductions. If we're working with pictures, a lot of times they're imported, right? And so sometimes what will happen is the file will get corrupt, and so you go to upload it, and just Canvas has gotten better, but it's still not perfect at allowing me to actually see them or converting files. So what happens is when I go to grade it, it's not there, or it's unreadable, or for whatever reason we can't see it. Anyway, that's all I'm really going to say about that. Make sure that you're saving as a PDF. I guess I could, let's do this. I'm going to open up Google Slides really quick. We will just go ahead and use this as an example. So let's pretend that we have like 400 or 7 pages. I'm going to go ahead and come up here, File, Print, or Download. If you download, you can download it right here as a PDF. Okay. Um, that works just fine. Okay. Or you can go ahead and print, save as a PDF, just like I showed you before. Now, the benefit to doing this, I do not want you to do this for this submission, but the benefit to doing this for your own sake would be you could go in and change and do 4 pages per slide, which you can't even really see right now because all my slides are white. But it would help if you wanted to put more on one page, but still save it as a PDF. Anyway, that doesn't really apply to our class. Um, so yeah, okay. So let's see. Now we'll go ahead and go back over here to personal introductions. Um, Make sure you save as a PDF. Hopefully you guys understood this. Most of the people that are turning everything in, it looks pretty good, or good enough anyway. Especially when I'm not there to explain everything. That's okay. So, or to clarify. Okay, the welcome video I am going to leave up because there is a lot of information in that video, and I want you to be able to go back to it. I will put a new video up here in between the title and the welcome video, probably at least once a week, if not more, until I get back. So, um, just so you have plenty of instruction, and I will any videos that I find are helpful because we will have people adding the class all the way through next week. I will have maybe a video in here that's clipped it'll only show you how to work through Fusion. And I'll load that one on Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, so here's where I want to start because this is the bulk of the questions that I've been getting are Fusion, and it's coming from Intro Kids all the way up to Auto 3. So Auto 3 has they have a different set of problems because they've all done this before, so they know how to do it. But when you have an account already, sometimes things can get a little bit messed up. When I'm there to manually fix it, it's really easy. When I'm not there to manually fix it, it's a little bit harder, and we're just going to have to figure out a way to navigate it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Fusion SB2 Safety Test Series. Okay, and well, we'll come back to this later, but I want you to pay attention. There is a rubric down here that shows you exactly how many points you get for what you're doing. Okay, so let's start right here. Let's start at the top because that's where instructions start. Safety test. Note, you must complete each quiz from each module with 100% as well as 100% on the final. So just make sure that if you have, say, the final's already open for you and it does allow you to take it, please make sure you're getting 100% on all the other modules, or else it will mess it up later. That I also talked about in the other video. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna not click on this for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and read through all the instructions before I click on the link. You need to submit a PDF of your completed certificates. So the actual certificate, and I'll talk about that probably a little bit later down the road, but um, that will be your submission for each one. So if you're going to do all three, if you're going to do the safety test and the pollution test and the instructional part, the instructor supervisor course, all three of those, in order to get a 4, would need to have certificates associated with them. So you need to submit all 3 certificates. It will be a PDF. You'll just submit 3 different files. It works just fine. Okay, now we're going to go back up here. Instructions. So click on the above link. Okay, create a new account. So this, I believe, is where most people are getting messed up. Some of you may be typing in TPC Fusion, and it's auto-filling the rest. So what I'm going to do, if I were to type in, whoop, come on. All right, I give up. If I were to type in TP, it automatically fills the rest of this bar. Now, I don't know 100% that that is the correct URL. So I'm going to paste directly from the other page that I just copied. Go ahead and hit enter, and it will take me to this page here. Now, there is another page that could possibly take you to, and it looks exactly like this, except it does not say create a new account. That is a problem. So, if you do not have a little button down here that says create a new account, something is wrong. I would recommend coming up here, going to, let's see, delete browsing data. Okay. You click on delete browsing data and delete your cookies. Okay. That's the only thing that matters. We don't care about all the other stuff. Just delete the cookies. Sometimes it'll just remember that you're there, and so it won't let you. It remembers that a user tried to log on before, and for whatever reason, it won't allow you to create a new account. So if you're trying to create a new account, that's how you do it. Okay, let's move on. So create an account. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill all of this out. So I'm going to go ahead and put my first name, which is Test, my second name, which is my last name, Test2. I'll put my email in there in a minute because I actually do need a valid email. But I can't use my Granite email because I already have an account associated with that email. So that will not work. I'm going to go ahead and create a login ID, which is my 9 number. And this is actually my 9 number. Just got lucky, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and put in a very great password. Actually, let's see. So for the password, I would recommend either putting in, let's see if we can make this complicated enough. Okay, I would recommend either putting in something like Cypress, maybe even all lowercase Cypress, or put in something like your 9 number again as your password. The thing is, if nobody's gonna try to hack into your email or into your SB2 account and try to complete the work for you, right? So there's nothing really that anyone can do to mess with anything. Um, so I'm not worried about anyone hacking my account. If yeah, that's it. Okay. So try to do a somewhat easy password. I am going to go ahead and zoom in right here. And okay, and now I put my email in and I will go ahead and register because everything is filled out. That's it. We're done. So now, eventually, it's going to take me to the login page. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. Okay. Now I can go ahead and put in my login, and then I can put in my password, and I can hit login. Okay. Something you need to pay attention to. It should say Cypress Automotive 2024, 2025. Make sure it is the correct year. Okay. Um, if it is a previous year, that is why you can't access things. You need to make sure that you're enrolled in the correct year. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click start. Now, if you look at this, all you have to do, there's only one option. All you have to do is click on automotive service safety. However, once you have opened up part of it, um, let me show you what's on here real quick. So once you have opened this up and you've done, say, the first module, or say you've done a couple and you need to go back and look at one again, the only way to do that is to expand over here. Okay. So if you look, there's no quiz for module 1, but module 2 has a quiz, module 3 has a quiz, 4 has a quiz, and you have to have them all, you have to do them all in order. For some of you, it will allow you to go out of order. Um, just make sure that you have everything completed before you get to the final. Also, when you're on the final for any of these modules or for any of these courses, right there, final exam. Okay, you have 5 attempts. After 5 attempts, it locks you out. You'll have to send me an email and we have to reset the entire course, which means you have to go back through starting with module 1. Okay, so please, please make sure that if you've already taken 3 attempts and you are not and you haven't gotten the score that you need, then you need to definitely be taking notes, asking neighbors, trying to figure out what you missed so that you do not miss it 5 times. Okay, that is very important. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually we'll just go ahead and collapse this, and I will show you the courses that you actually need to complete. So, automotive service safety, automotive service pollution prevention, and supervisor course. Okay, now those are the 3. If you do all 3 of them, you'll get a 4 out of 4. If you don't feel like doing them, you only have to do automotive service safety. That gives you a 2 out of 4 and it allows you to move on. It's the only thing that's required in order for you to continue with everything else in the class, including going in the shop. You are not allowed to go in the shop until this is complete. That goes for anyone, that goes for past students as well. Okay, it has to be completed every single year. It's just the way it is. But I did also want to point out a couple things. So first of all, there is automotive service safety in Spanish, pollution prevention in Spanish, and supervisor course in Spanish. So if you need that, just go ahead and click on those ones instead. Now, really quick, I want to show you the service safety that course has 19 modules. Okay. 19 modules and then the final. Okay, if we go to look at pollution prevention, there are only 12 modules and then the final. Okay, and you have to take a quiz for each one of the modules. Now, here's why I'm pointing this out. If you feel like moving on past a 2 out of 4 and you take the pollution prevention course and pass it. Do not quit. That is a 3 out of 4, and even though you might be satisfied, I want to point out the supervisor course is, uh-oh, is thinking. Okay, anyway, the supervisor course, it may not load. The supervisor course is, I believe it's like 7 or 8 modules, but none of them have quizzes. There's only one quiz on the supervisor course. So you just rush through. I'm not saying rush, but move through at your own pace through all of the modules with no quizzes, and you just take a final quiz, and that's it. And that gives you your 4th point. So it's a really easy way to get that 4th point. Please don't skip that 4th point. That's the main thing. Okay, I'm gonna go back to let's see. I'm gonna go back here now. I just want to run over this again to clarify. The only thing that you need to do in order to move on is get 2 points. Okay, and that's 100% on the safety test. That's all of the safety tests. It's the safety test final. Okay. Once you're done and you have that certificate, you can move on if you choose. If you want a 3 out of 4, it's 100% on safety and pollution. If you want a 4 out of 4, it is 100% on safety and pollution and the supervisor course. Okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep updating as I get questions. This should cover the majority of the questions that I've had. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you guys are talking with each other. And that's it. Be nice to the sub. Good luck.